Good afternoon, everyone. It's about 5 to 6 on Thursday, the 29th of July. Another month nearly gone. And I'm looking at VictorVest US as always at the start of these videos. And as you can see, it's up 25 points on the day, and the Dow and the Nasdaq up as well. Short-term trend is up. Underlying trend is up. The medium measure of the trend on VictorVest, the DEW, is up. But the longest term measure of the trend still stubbornly down, and as you can see, the buy sell ratio, the number of shares on the buy divided by the number of shares on the sell, still less than 1, and we won't get a confirmed up until that sticks its nose above 1, folks. I have a chart of the S&P open. I think there we go. That's the S&P. I'm sure I'm long of it today. That's an inside bar, and it broke the high of that inside bar, so I've got a handful of points in the bank, 10 points or something. What's driving this? Well, I'm sure you've all seen what came out of the Fed last night, and after their latest policy meeting last night, the central bank said that it would keep policy unchanged. The overnight benchmark interest rate at 0 to 0.25%, and monthly asset purchases at 120 billion a month. I think they summed it all up by saying that the US economy is better but not ready to lose support. The reaction to the statement was quite muted, as you can see, an inside day, and we've broken up in a fairly tame fashion today. Clearly it's breaking up to new highs here. It's going to take a bit of energy to get a little bit higher, so I'm currently long there, and we shall see. So in terms of stocks, I've bought into Crocs, EVC and ANAT I've had for some weeks now, and all of these came out of the Midas Touch watch list. I should have had Moderna there as well, but when Moderna started to break up, the DEW that I use for market timing was pointing down, and I missed the darn thing, and that was a 50% trade. That's Crocs. As you can see, the trend is magnificent. We look at it over 3 months. I just like this flag little pattern, and I felt that that was going to break up, so I bought into it today. Yes, today. So I'm up a few ticks in that. Let's see how it gets on. As you can see, that's earnings per share going the right way. In the last 3 months, up from, I don't know what that is, 350 to 6. So somebody's buying those blessed shoes. So I'm reasonably happy with that. That's EVC. Bought into this a few days back, and well, it needs to get a move on. And that is ANAT that I've been holding and sweating in for a couple of weeks now. Particularly like the look of that outside day today, so that's quite a good sign in this. It's been struggling to get through those highs, so I'm going to try and build on these positions over the next couple of days as the DEW is up. Star of the day, of course, out of the Fed meeting, has been the euro dollar and gold. I'm long the euro dollar. I spoke about the trade on Monday afternoon. I looked at the trade on Monday afternoon for the VictorVest regulars because I felt that the dollar would give some direction to the gold market, but I'm long the euro dollar. I spoke about that on Monday. As I say, I thought that was going to be my trade of the week, and it's going quite nicely. Gold, I haven't got a position in gold apart from the 2 gold stocks that I'm holding, and anybody that's listened to these for a while will know that I've been sweating in them for quite a long time. That's the daily chart of gold, and as you can see, that resistance became support. My 8-day stochastic is in the buy area, although there was no divergence there. I would have preferred if there had been some divergence there. But the really interesting thing, of course, was the 8-week stochastic, and the 8-week stochastic saying that this is a really good time to be getting involved. So both the 8-day and the 8-week in the same area, it's always a good time to be looking for an entry point. I'm not just saying buy it blindly, but it's a good time to be looking for an entry point. And certainly that little outside day that we had yesterday, and that outside day occurred last night just at the Fed's meeting. So that looks good. Clearly it needs to get through this level, but that's certainly done my gold stocks a power of good today. The last time I looked, Pan African Resources was up 4 or 5%, so that takes it out of trouble in the portfolio. So a very, very good day for gold, and that's what's happened in gold, folks. We can see it more clearly on a weekly chart, and to me, this is an impulse pattern, this is a corrective pattern, and there's 5 waves already in this corrective pattern, and with any luck, this corrective pattern is over, and this is the first wave of a new move up. We shall see, folks, we shall see, and that's why I've been stubbornly holding on to these gold stocks through a great deal of angst, I may add. Let's have a look at the UK portfolio. UK, as you can see, 3 green lights. We have a similar situation to the US. Short term is up, the underlying is up. The DEW is up, but the longest term measure of the trend, in fact, still down. I think that can change in the UK much faster than in the US, because in the UK the confirmed up is a function of the MTI, not the buy-sell ratio, but the buy-sell ratio is above 1. So for once the UK market looking much stronger than the American market. Very happy with the portfolio. Pan African Resources, with any luck, is out of trouble today. Lion Trust going again. I just bought into this last week. ICP. Cranswick's above 40. CCC is going well. Persimmons up a bit after paying a very good dividend. Went X the other day. And of course, Games Workshop. Magnificent results. I'm sure the management must be saying, what the hell have we got to do? They increased earnings by 69%, but it wasn't quite enough. And in this day and age, companies are expected to beat earnings significantly, but it's pushing back up again. I added a few prior to the earnings, but I'm unperturbed. I'm very happy with the thing. So that's what I've been up to. And as you can see, my 2 gold shares at the bottom of the pack. I've added to most of these positions along the way. Halma has been particularly good. Halma held it since last March or April, and there's the stock pushing up to all-time highs. And if we look back, we can hardly even see the February sell-off, which was at the time absolute hell. Bought in just about here, and it's up very nicely indeed, pushing up. So reason to be pleased with that. As you can see, most of these stocks have got a high relative safety, apart from the 2 gold stocks, and clearly the 2 gold stocks are the 2 shares that have given me most angst. I'm still very positive that the gold price can get to 2,000 plus, and that should really cause those gold stocks to get a move on. If you don't want that level of angst in your life, then simply forget about gold stocks and focus on shares with a great combination of relative value and relative safety. Okay, shares that can grow their earnings strongly and safely. A relatively easy ride in the stock market. So I hope that helped, folks. Let's go back to the American market. The American market, the S&P 4426, and as we can see, not a great deal of change. All the measures of the trend up, apart from the longest term measure of the trend. So steady as she goes, folks. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.